So in just 17 days, millions and millions of Americans are going to have to make a decision about their finances. And this is going to screw over more and more people than you even know. Now, what is about to happen is something that's been happening for several years. Last year, at the end of September, there was a new program that was introduced. Well, that program is about to expire. So today I want to address which program that is, who that initially impacts, but why banks are saying that they are concerned over the next couple of months because of what is about to take place. So if you have money in the bank, if you use credit cards, you have a car payment, you have a home loan, okay, if you're looking to finance anything, you need to watch this entire video because banks are concerned, and their concern may spill over onto us. So I'll break all this down in just a moment, but all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates, and now let's begin. So first off, let's address the big question. Why are banks concerned about what is coming here in the next 17 days? Well, banks are concerned because what is about to happen is going to pull more money away from banks, pull more money away from lenders. The money is going to go to the federal government. Just look at this. It says a student loan relief program ends in 18 days with credit report and loan forgiveness implications. This article is from yesterday on September 12th. Here's what we know. Last year, at the end of September, on October 1st, there was an on-ramp program for student loan debt. That on-ramp program. So on October 1st of last year of 2023, student loan borrowers were supposed to begin payments. However, if they couldn't afford the payment, they couldn't make it for whatever reason, there was going to be no credit report implications. There was also going to be no, people coming after them. The federal government wasn't going to come after them, garnish their wages, do anything like that. Okay? That all changes on October 1st of 2024. So we have 17 days left. Now, here's the reason why this is important. Student loan debt here in the United States totals $1.74 trillion. About $130 billion of that is private debt. We know that 42.8 million people hold that debt. 66% of those people have a payment of about $299 per month. And 16% or 6.8 million people are currently behind on their payments. That's where banks are concerned. That's where lenders are really worried that we are going to see people lose everything. Here's why. What we know is that, again, 16% of borrowers are behind on payments. Look at this right here. It says 16% of Americans with student loans are behind on their payments, putting them at risk of accumulating interest and lowering their credit scores. Those with lower incomes and less education are more likely to be behind on their payments. The people that make less than $25,000, they're behind. 24% of them are behind on payments. Okay, people that make under $49,999, again, 24% of them behind on payments. Those with some college or technical degree, 28% of them behind on payments. Okay, as you get a little, up there, associate's degree, 22%, bachelor's, graduate, goes down and down and down. Now, here's the reason why I'm bringing this to your attention today. According to reports, the Biden administration has not really brought up extending this program because they say it's been a whole year to on-ramp people on to start making payments. And this would be a massive change to do right before the election. It would likely be contested by Republicans if Democrats attempted to do this. But they say the Biden administration had hoped to mitigate the end of the on-ramp and Fresh Start programs by offering borrowers new student loan relief initiatives. These included the SAVE plan and the new IDR program. It says, but both of these programs have been challenged in court by Republican-led states and they are now temporarily blocked as the litigation continues. Here's what is very interesting about what's gone on recently. We are about to see this huge spiral. This is going to cripple the finances of millions of people. This article from The Hill, it says a student loan debt tsunami is coming. Now, what we know is, yes, this is happening as of October 1st. Okay? But think about this for a second. You haven't had to make a payment for student loan debt since 2020, right? Was it March, April of 2020 would have been your last payment that you would have made, right? And then since then, you've had forbearance. You didn't have to make a student loan payment. And then as of October 1st, 2023, it was more optional. Yes, you could make a payment if you want to, but if you didn't, it wasn't a big deal because it wouldn't go on your credit report and it wouldn't accrue penalties. It would still accrue interest, but not late fees. Here's the difference. Now, as of in 18 days, October 1st, 2024, you will be accruing interest. You will be hit with late fees, and you will have to pay them. 6.8 million people are currently behind on their payments. Okay? About 6 million people were behind initially. That number's been slowly going up. That means there's more and more people that are hurting because of this. But here's what you need to know. And think about this for a second. If you had to choose between your rent, your mortgage, maybe a car payment, or putting food on the table, what do you think people are going to choose? Do you think they're going to skip their rent payment and they're going to pay their student loan bill? No. They're going to pay their rent so that they have a place to live. That's what they're going to do. So again, these 6.8 million people currently, they're going to be hit with all these additional fees. But here's where things get scary. Now, what you need to understand is that after 90 days of missing payments, okay, or missing a payment, technically you're in default the very first day you miss a payment, but after 90 days, okay, that's where things get very interesting. They say, I believe it's after 260 days, something like that, then you get hit with a little bit more structure from the federal government, where they come after you. It says, borrowers in default will have to contend with the vast collection powers of the federal government and federally backed guarantee agencies, which can include administrative wage garnishments, Social Security benefits offset, the interception of federal and state tax refunds, and possibly litigation. The federal government has given us 4 years to have forbearance last year of an on-ramping to start making payments. So according to banks, they are concerned that we are going to see the federal government is going to step in. They're going to take what people don't have, and these people will be screwed. But at the same time, banks, okay, lenders, they're not going to get the money that they were once owed. They're not going to get the money that they were being paid over the past year because people were trying to focus on paying down their credit card debt, paying off a car payment, making their mortgage payment. That's what people were focused on. But again, there's 6.8 million people that are currently behind on their federal student loan debt. It could get worse very soon, and it could get worse quickly. So, I wanted to explain this to you because, again, I know that October 1st is coming up. We're 17 days away. This is going to be a massive moment because for millions and millions of people, they can't afford a $300 payment at this time. That's the concern. So, again, we're just days away. But the problem is many people have not prepared for this. The federal government isn't prepared for this. And millions of people could lose everything, according to experts. So, as we get more information on this, I promise I will fill you in on all the latest news and updates. My guess is in the next 2 weeks, right about the end of September, we will get a lot more information on this. How many people will truly be affected? How many people are behind on payments by 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 270 days? We're going to figure all this out very soon. And as we do, I will bring you all the latest news and updates. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.